Okay, let's do step 6 now. What we're going to do in step 6 is we'll log out of Opus on both VMs. So we'll be back on the VMs themselves. Then what we're going to do is on the Ubuntu VM, we're going to ping Opus, and then we're going to ping the other VM, and we're just going to compare how long it takes those pings to go to both those two different destinations. So let's see here. Let's go on the Ubuntu VM here first, and let's exit out of Opus. Notice how my prompt is symben192 at Opus. To log out, use exit. And now notice how my prompt is back to root at Frodo. So I'm no longer typing commands to Opus, now I'm typing commands again as the root user to Frodo. Let's do Control-Alt and go over to our other VM here. Remember we logged on to Opus on the CentOS VM. Let's exit out, and now we are no longer talking to Opus, but we're talking to Elron as the root user, which you can determine from looking at their prompt. Okay, let's use Control-Alt, and let's click back over here on the Ubuntu VM. And what we're going to do is let's ping opus.cabrillo.edu. All right, do a couple of pings here. We'll use Control-C to stop it. And the time, the round trip is 1.05 milliseconds, 0.821 milliseconds, 0.778. So it looks like the fastest trip we had was that third ping, 0.778 milliseconds. All right, now let's ping the CentOS VM. Does anyone remember what that IP address was for the CentOS VM? I don't remember. I'm gonna go look it up again. Fig ETH0. Okay, it's 172.30.4.154. Okay, Control-Alt to get out of here. So now we're going to ping 172.30.4. Oops, not making mistakes here. .4.154. Okay. Let it ping a couple of times. Control-C it. So let's see. The first ping was longer, but then it was 0.589, 0.558, 0.520, 0.378. So it looks like the fastest ping here was 0.378. And that makes sense too, because these VMs are on the same network. If I ping one VM from another VM, there's no routers, there's no hops or anything to go through. So it's a relatively quick round trip. When I'm pinging Opus from here, I actually have to go through the router, so the router has to route between different networks. It takes a little longer for the ping. So let's see here. We're going to record this information. Let's see, record the fastest times for both trips in your lab01 file. So let's bring up our lab01 file. I'll go back to our PuTTY session here. VI lab01. And we're on step 6 here. And let's record our fastest times. So I'm in insert mode. Fastest time from Frodo to Opus. Typo there. What was the fastest time? 0.778 milliseconds. 0.778 milliseconds. And how they do it, 7998, 778, that was the fastest. Okay. And the fastest time from Frodo to Elrond was 0.378 milliseconds. 0.378 milliseconds. Okay, let's save that. 1. Okay, that's step 6.